Hello everyone, and welcome back to Old School RuneScapes Twisted League, where today we are going to be getting the 5th relic just as soon as I finish stealing from this poor innocent person. Because I'm getting thieving as my final point to push me over to the next relic, the final relic. It's good times. It's been a lot of work. I delayed this episode a few days just so I could get this in for this episode, because I didn't want to have to do a separate one for it. And I've been looking forward to this relic for the whole week. I've been struggling through Slayer and all that, just waiting to get it. And now we are finally here. I will say that this is a pretty good training method for thieving. It got me all the way up to 80 pretty fast from, I think I was at 60 before. And I think I started yesterday. And I worked yesterday, so, I didn't spend that much time on it. And here I am today getting 80. You also get a decent amount of points just from doing the artifacts. But anyway, where is he? There he is. Hand it in, and we will be done. Did I just get the 100 artifact thing at the same time? I did. Wow, that could not have been more perfect. Wow, that's amazing. Alright, so yeah, we now have the final relic. And, you might have guessed this from previous episodes, but I have a bit of a controversial choice here, because obviously you have the one that makes you attack faster, you have the one that makes you take less damage and restore prayer automatically, and then you have the double XP one, which is probably the most logical one if you're trying to grind out the maximum amount of points, because that'll make it easier to get 99s. The thing is, I'm not going to want to grind out that stuff. Like, seriously, I'm not in the mood to grind anything out. Like, any skill that I was going to get to 99, I can get to it with twice the amount of time, like, maybe I'll go for woodcutting 99, it'll probably take forever. But I could. Combat 99s are really the main 99s I'm likely to get. Maybe fletching and woodcutting as well. Maybe cooking, because cooking's pretty easy. But most of these skills, I probably wouldn't get to 99 even if I had this. So what would be the point if I'm not actually going to get any real benefit from it? And this one's fun. Makes you I think it ups your attack speed by 1 tier or something. I believe, yeah, 0.6 seconds, 1 tick, so 1 tier faster for weapons and all that. I mean, it's fun and all. However, my biggest frustration over the past couple weeks trying to train my combat up has been prayer. I keep getting Slayer tasks that are just, they hit too hard, and part of that's my low defense, obviously, but part of that is just that they keep signing me Slayer tasks that are hard, and there's really not that many easy Slayer tasks. It's not like in normal RuneScape where if I don't feel like trying too hard, I can just move to an easier Slayer Master. Like in RS3, for the longest time, I would get Sheldar tasks, not because I couldn't do the higher level ones, but just because those ones were more fun, because I didn't have to constantly pray and eat just to do them. It's kind of the same thing here. So I'm going to take what was, whenever they did the first stream on Twisted League, only one person had chosen Xeric's Resilience, and we're going to choose it. I think I've seen people with it. I've seen people keep prayer on seemingly forever. So I don't think it's as unpopular as it seemed on the first day, but it's still, Look at this animation there. Woo! And there we go. We are done choosing relics. I have chosen probably a very unpopular combination of relics, I think. I mean, if I had chosen Xeric's Wisdom, it actually would have been a nice shape, but, whatever. I ruined it by choosing his Resilience instead. But yes, so now I can just keep this on forever. Thanks to my halved prayer drain from my first relic, it should never drain, as far as I know. I mean, it'll drain, but then it'll come right back. Like that. And I was looking at the math, and honestly, I'm too lazy to do it all the way, but I think you could get away with something like this, with this, and this is without any prayer bonus at all. With prayer bonus, you could probably do even more. But I believe that you could maintain this prayer indefinitely. Definitely these two. I don't know about adding this one, but this one barely drains anything, I think. Yeah, I think you could do this. Not that you'd really need this unless you're fighting something that hits in multiple ways, which there are a few things that do that. But yeah, like, I could just limitlessly have this, no problems. Or you could use higher prayers and then just take a break every once in a while to regain it. So that's fun. I've actually seen someone today running around with a Protect from Melee on, just while doing nothing. And I think it's just because, you know, why turn it off? There's no reason to turn it off. This is just my life now. I'm a very holy man, because I can just pray constantly forever. You can see I've not dropped to 64, so I'm pretty sure that this is correct. And you could probably add this one too, not that you'd ever need it. I don't know if you could have 2 of these, or like 1 of these. You probably could. I'd have to do more math. And obviously, if I'm wearing items that boost the protection, like the task set item, then that would also help. Anyway, levels though. So yeah, this is what my levels are currently at. You saw it earlier, but I've got, most of my levels are 60 and above. I've got a few key ones that are still in the 40s and 50s that are keeping me from getting those points. But overall, a lot of high levels now, and combat is going to be shooting upwards now that I can pray forever, because that's been the main thing holding me back. They keep giving me, like, fire giant tasks and all that. No more will that be a problem. I'll just be able to sit there and beat those guys up. We'll get up to the level needed to get an Abyssal Whip, which will greatly upgrade my ability to fight, and it's going to be fun. Hopefully at some point I can do a little bit of bossing. I think there's only 2 bosses you can fight that don't require an item to access, and one boss that does require an item. So yeah, I think the first one, the spider one, Sarachnis or whatever, it's not an instanced area, so I don't know how busy it is there, but I assume too busy for me. So we might have to get all the way up to 95 Slayer for the, I think it's Alchemical Hydra is the boss? I don't know. I don't know much about bossing in old school, but I would love to get a boss pet. Like, that would be a great goal for these last, I don't know, couple weeks or so. It's like, what, 2.5 weeks, maybe? Give or take a few days. Take, mostly. It's less than 3 weeks, for sure, until the end of Twisted League, and I have a lot to accomplish. Now, the good news is that, based on what I can see from the wiki and stuff, I believe I've crossed into the Adamant tier of rankings. The nice top 20%. I believe that today, this morning actually, I passed over into Adamant, which is interesting, which means that right now less than 20% of players have the 5th relic, but it's pretty close. You know, it's right below there, I think. The chances of me getting to Rune, I have no idea. Really, I've not looked at the actual amount of points needed to get there. I would assume probably not, because there's going to be a lot of people who have really done the work, and the problem here is the tasks that give the really high points are, like, outside of my area. Like, I really feel like the skilling pet is kind of lame having that be on there, because the chance of getting one is so low, and that's such a large amount of points. I think skilling pets should be 100 points just because that kind of sucks. But yeah, there's a lot of things like, look at, if you're good at Chambers of Zarek, you've got a huge advantage over anything else in the game. And sure, I mean, that's one of the, like, highest tier things that you can do, but still, like, the amount of points, like, if you can do it fast, that is thousands of points just for that one skill that you have. And I see people saying that you need the unlimited run to do it. I don't really know what the thing is about the boss guy. Omelette is his pet, I think. But, yeah, I don't really know what the deal is with him, but I assume that I just can't do it. Even if I had the, all the equipment and stuff necessary to get there, I don't know that I could do it. But yeah, like, anyone who does that is basically, I have no chance of ever getting anywhere near them in points. And then, of course, there's the people who get the XP and actually have the motivation to grind out millions of XP in a variety of skills, which I do not have. But other than that, you know, there's things that we can do. You could get 10,000 Lizardman Shaman kills. I've never even fought a Lizardman Shaman, but that's a thing. But yeah, you know, I'm making progress. We'll see where I get in points. My main goal is just max of melee combat skills, maybe others as well, but definitely melee. And other than that, you know, this is what I'm doing on Current Favor so far. I'm going to get it up. I did buy the ability to get Lizardman Slayer tasks, so I'm waiting for one of those, and then that'll be how I get Shazian up. And then Lovakinj, I need to do the quest, and I'm going to do an episode on the quest, which is why I haven't just done it on here yet. So you can probably expect that episode sometime, maybe the first of the year. I don't know. Year's almost over. But yeah, that is the situation we are in. I'll see you guys in a few days, you know. I'll probably stick to my original plan of a Thursday, Friday weekly episode, even though I kind of went off of that for this. But I felt it was important to get the 5th relic ASAP, so I focused on that, and it was a lot of work. A whole lot of work. But now I have this, and this is amazing. It's going to make Slayer so much nicer. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!